What's up, guys? It's your boy Andy. Sorry I look disgusting, but I am working on a car right now. I'm working on a 2011 Lincoln MKX. I am changing the catalytic converters out. So this is a fun project, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. I hope it actually helps you out because I looked on the internet and I didn't really see that many videos of this on YouTube. And sorry about my hair, it's freaking crazy. Look like I got struck by lightning, but dude, it's like midnight. Let's go. So I'm not starting from the beginning because I did already put in some work. I got the heat shield off and the bolts off on the front catalytic converter because this car has two catalytic converters, one in the front and one on the back side. I'm currently on the front. There's a heat shield, and let's see. It's this right here. Has three bolts in it, and then it pops off, but you have to pull it out the bottom because of this curve. It will not come out the top. So don't waste your time. It comes out the bottom, slide it to the driver's side, and then it drops out the little slot. So that took me like 10 minutes to figure out and maneuver it. So yeah, save you time. Slide to the driver, let it drop out the bottom. And yeah, that's how far I've gotten so far. So here is the new catalytic converter. Now this is the front one. So that's what it's going to look like. Got your manifold. And yeah, it goes right down in there. Okay, so before you get started undoing the three bolts down there, you're going to have to hit it with some WD-40. Because, yeah, these are parts that don't get changed often, and those bolts are looking pretty rough. So yeah, hit it with all kinds of WD-40. So unfortunately, that's what you're going to have to do when you do this type of job. And let's get started taking those bolts out. Okay, I finally got the nuts off the bottom of the catalytic converter. You are going to need a 13 millimeter socket to do this job. And it is right there. Those three studs. You got one, two, and the third one's all the way over here. Right there. So once you get those three out, you're ready to go to the bottom. Alrighty, let's roll back under the SUV. Alright guys, so what you want to do now is there's this bracket right here. You're going to have a 10 millimeter bolt and a 10 millimeter nut right above it. You're going to take them off because it's going to allow you to drop the catalytic converter when you get to that point. Alright, got that one loose. Oh, let's just like fall right on my face. Would be like, ow! It's like an extra long bolt, huh? Goodness. That's almost out. Come on now. Let's go. Alright. Let's drop that. And then the one above it, it's reversed. So I guess you're just taking the nut off of this one. Same size, 10 millimeter. All right, once you get those nuts off, the bracket should come right out. Just like that. Yay! Now that gives us a root. Oh gosh, I sucked in dust or metal. I'm done. All right. Woo. Barely recovered from that. All right, so that's going to give us enough clearance from when we drop the catalytic converter that it shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, it's one of those little brackets that you might be able to maneuver it by. I just take it off. It's easier for me. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's roll on out. Alrighty, guys. It is the next night. Had to take a break on it yesterday because these flange bolts would not come out to save my life. They were rusted. I stripped them down. They were complete freaking circles, okay? So, let me tell you the adventure I had with these two bolts, right? Let me roll myself back out here. Look at these washer nuts. Look how badly I destroyed them. And you had to. They were so rusted on that there was no way to get these off without totally stripping them. And it was crazy. So I was doing some research. I posted on some forums. And a lot of people told me about these sockets right here. These work wonders on stripped nuts, stripped bolts. Dude, these are amazing. I will leave a link down below in the description. If you want to purchase these, you can get them at Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap. They're like 30 bucks. Guys, these save me a lot of work. Okay, so what you want to do now is you're going to find the size of the extractor socket, which we need a 14. I already have it on the stripped, rounded out washer nut. You're going to hammer it on like so. You're going to take your impact, make sure it's going in the right direction. Sorry about all the jerkiness. I'm like leaning off the creeper. All right, now you're going to hammer on it a little. Took it right off. Look at that. Guys, that's awesome. No, not a sponsor. Just thought I'd show you a little trick. Now we have to also do the same thing on the flange back there so we could drop this whole exhaust to get the catalytic converter out. That's what we're going to do next. I done hit that with PB Blaster WD-40. I'm letting that set and soak in a little bit so it'll be a little bit easier to get those nuts off. All right, we're almost there. We got it loose. So that's good. All right, guys, we finally got the catalytic converter loose. Look at that. That thing is way loose. All right, so I think what we're going to have to do now is go to the top and kind of pull it up so I can get it over this flange and I can get it apart. There's nothing holding that in there right now. All right, let's see. Lift that up just a little bit. Kind of maybe make it come out of that flange bolt down there. Oh, I think we got it. All right, where's the gasket? Come on. Get the gasket off too. Come on, I've got a new gasket to put on you. Let's go.
A few moments later.
There it goes. Come on, gasket, let's go.
More moments later.
Goodness gracious. Well, that gasket looks like poop. Yeah, we're definitely going to replace that. Almost got the catalytic converter out the bottom. Just got to wiggle it a couple more times and pull it up off of that flange, and it should drop through. Yeah, this gasket is gone. Going to replace it with the new one. But before we do that, we're going to clean the manifold entrances off to make sure no debris drops down in it. So yeah, let's get to do that. All right, this gasket is trashed. Yeah, sometimes, guys, these bolts are so seized you have to bring out the old blowtorch. Get them red hot. Then pound the socket on them. Try to get them off. Sometimes this don't even work. All right, guys, since the last time I hit record, this is how far I've gotten. I did drop the exhaust right there, the first and second flange, which I was able to pull this catalytic converter out the bottom. It just falls right out, so be careful that your face or some other parts aren't in the way when it falls, because it's not a guarantee that the subframe is going to catch it every time. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to transfer and clean, while I already have them out, the O2 sensors. So you're going to have this O2 sensor that's further back. It's going to match up to this. You're going to have the front one match up to this. Sorry about the wind. We got some major storms coming in. So, yeah. But what you always want to do is lay the parts side by side, the new part versus the old part, and match them up and kind of see if they mirror each other exactly. I mean, look at the bolt patterns, how far the gaps between the bolts are. You know, just make sure everything lines up so you're not going to have any problem when you put it back on the vehicle. All right, guys, I finally got the O2 sensors moved to the new cat from the old one to the new one. Now, it's important to do this step one at a time. You do not want to mix these two sensors up. I did the front one. I moved it from here to here, made sure it was snug. And then I went to the side, the second one, and went from this one to this one, tightened it down, make sure that was snug. Don't mix those O2 sensors up. All right, guys, I have the O2 sensors connected. I did move the catalytic converter to the bottom of the manifold where the exhaust pipe is, but for the love of everything cars, do not bolt it onto the flange yet, because you're going to need to maneuver it up into this space without the exhaust pipe. First, you're going to put the new gasket on, which is going to go right in here. Now, you have to line up the bolts. It looks like there's 2 studs going this way, so you're going to line it up like this. Going to go down in there, and I'm looking through the camera. Don't look through the camera, guys. Look through reality. You're going to match them up just like that. And this is just going to go on. You got 2 studs there. You're going to have 2 more studs over on this side on the bottom. So just make sure they line up, and try not to bump into this as you're trying to get the cat up from the bottom. That's going to be fun. Yeah. It's like right down in there. Yeah, guys. This is going to be a blast. Yay me. No, actually, I enjoy working on cars. If you do too, hit that subscribe button, guys. If this video helped you out, also, like the video, hit the subscribe button. All right, find a place to stick my light out of the way, because we're going to have to go up in here. This is going to be fun. Gonna have to turn this around though. It's gonna go up like this. I'm gonna have to balance it. That's the flange it's supposed to go on. Do not bolt that up yet. That's what I was telling you guys on top. Don't bolt this to this yet, because you're gonna need this out of the way. All right, that was crazy. You cannot manipulate this up from the bottom. You have to come up here, grab it from the top like this, and kind of shimmy it over to the passenger side and line it up. Keep in mind, you have a gasket inside there too to make sure it doesn't come off the studs. So you're doing like 3 things at once. So once you get them up on the studs, make sure you screw those nuts on like fast, because you don't want this thing dropping. I almost dropped it. You don't want this thing dropping on the bottom here, because there is an oil filter right below, conveniently, where those bolts meet the flange down there on the exhaust. Yeah, conveniently right there. So any of those bolts can just go right through that filter, and then oil is going to be everywhere, and it's going to be fun cleaning that up. So yeah, I don't want to do that. So you can do it with 1 person. It's probably going to be easier with 2, but shimmy it up there, wiggle it in here, get it stuck enough to where you can come to the top, and then bolt it on, pull it up, bolt it on the studs there. That's the easiest way I just found out how to do it. So yeah, it's looking so pretty and shiny and brand new. I just love new car parts. So let's finish with the 3 back studs, putting the nuts on, making sure this thing is tight on the manifold, and let's plug up the O2 sensors. You got 1 here and then 1 on the back side down there towards the bottom. All right, let's do it. I forgot to show you guys. When you're undoing the catalytic converter, if the whole stud comes out, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. You can put that back in, or you could just get the nut off the stud. Catalytic converter will come off either way. It's just easier to leave the studs in, because it gives something to put the catalytic converter back on where it connects to the manifold. Easier to put back on when you get to that point. Also, don't forget your new gaskets on your flange. The first flange that comes down, the downpipe, don't forget to put this on there, because the old one, which is over here, looks like duty. So yeah, we don't need this one no more. Make sure you always put new gaskets where gaskets are needed. All right, let's roll back up underneath. Knock over the WD-40 can. All right, there's where your flange needs to be. I'm gonna move the light so you guys can see it. All right, that's where your new flange goes. This piece right here, that's where that piece goes. Don't forget to put that back on. Obviously, it's not gonna stay on there now because you don't have the bolts. So just a reminder, because it's going to connect that piece with this piece, and then we're gonna have to connect the rest of the exhaust back on. Also, there's a flange piece that goes onto that one too. So don't forget to add that gasket. Why did I call it a flange? It's a gasket. Goodness, Andy. All right, I'm under here to try to get the stud back on. Let's see if we can even see it. Get the light. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it on camera or not. Probably not. It's up there somewhere. But it came off the back of the cat. So I'm going to get an extension and try to put it back on there. Alrighty. Let's zip these bolts back up. Alright. Let's zip this exhaust back on. Alright. And while we're at it, let's don't forget to plug in the O2 sensors. Get my light. Where are you at, O2 sensors? Oh, there you are. You're up there. I'm trying to move the light, sorry guys. It's kind of in my way. How am I going to get that? I need to get this plug into that sensor way up there. Well, I got it. Just had to reach for it. Now let's go to the top and plug the other one in. All right, we're on the top. We're going to plug in this first O2 sensor. So you hear it click, give it a little pull. Good to go on that end. Guess we're ready to start her up. Well, unfortunately, a lot of times when you're working on vehicles, if they're in your garage for more than a day or two, it's just setting, the battery ends up dying. So the person that I was fixing this SUV from, she was kidding around. She said, what if I did all this work and then it wouldn't start? Yeah, I jumped in there, pressed the button, didn't start. I'm like, no, why did you say that? So yeah, we're just going to jump it with my little jump pack. No big deal. All right, let's let it charge for a minute and then try to start it.